How are you today? I hope you are well. I haven't really touched the car much since Streetcar Takeover. Work's been crazy, so we need more boost. So we're going to talk about springs and boost and wastegates, all the fun stuff. I've been learning a lot about turbo stuff, and one thing I learned is that I need a bigger wastegate spring. So the amount of boost pressure you can see is in relation to your spring pressure. Now I know there's a lot of guys that use like CO2 or compressed air to push on the backside of these springs to give them an exponentially adjustable amount of boost. But for the regular guy like me, we're just going to do a bigger spring in the wastegate. So I got two springs. Here you go. This is an 11-pound spring. It's a 15-pound spring. And the one that's in it is 7-pound spring. So the amount of boost pressure that you can have is in relation to the spring pressure you have. So if with a 7-pound spring, you can ideally get 14 pounds of boost, maybe a little bit more. I was getting 14 and a half, 15 pounds, so that makes a lot of sense. So I think the spring pressure makes sense to you guys. But if not, when you're doing boost and you're adjusting the boost, like I've got a manual boost controller right here. So what this does is it allows more air pressure from the boost onto the backside of the spring. So like with a 15-pound spring, you're going to have 15 pounds of air, and if you put another 15 pounds of air on top of a 15-pound spring, you effectively double how much boost you can put on it. This is our wastegate. See, it's on the exhaust side, and what we're going to do is take this diaphragm open and put a bigger spring inside there. One thing I'll caution you on here is you do have spring pressure. Obviously, there is a spring in there. So if you just take these bolts out, that spring is going to shoot off. So you have to be ready. Yeah. Perfect. So there's our wastegate. There's your diaphragm right there. Maybe it's just me, but I swear I can tell a difference in the thickness of the spring. So there's my 7, this one's my 11, and here's my 15. The other good thing to do is make sure you keep these marked so that you know what's what. So we're going to go ahead and go with the 15. We're just going to go for broke all the way. So we were getting 15 pounds boost, and I wanted more. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put that guy in there. And then we're going to mark this one as 7 so we don't forget. If we ever need to go back to it, we can. And I bought the 11 just for some adjustability. If I get to a track and it's not holding the boost, I want to be able to adjust it. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that the 15-pound spring is going to be twice as hard to push in.
Oh, fudge knockers! That's awesome.
Gotta say, that is a pain in the butt without the right tool. I tried a lot of tools. None of them were the right ones. Oh well. Time for me to do a few other things in the car. I'm going to check some pluggage. I got to close my gap up with more boost. Plugs look pretty good. Maybe a touch on the... Look at that gap though. That's crazy. I didn't realize I had them gapped that large. Not sure if you'll be able to see that. That's crazy. I'm going to check and see what that gap is. Now I know why it was stuttering. Look at that. The gap is 3.6. That's insane. It's too wide of a gap for the kind of boost that I was running. Good granny. I got through all the spark plugs on the driver's side. The only thing I hate about not having like a side exit exhaust like every other turbo guy in the world is this. Anytime I got to get in here. That's right. going to pull the valve covers. I'm going to check the lash on the rockers and put a lot of miles on this thing this year. So I'm going to go through and check a few things, and I'll gap the spark plugs there. So we're going from a .037 gap to a .02 gap. Shouldn't have any more spark blowout issues. I don't know why I gapped them so big in the first place. I was just in a rush to get ready for race week. So really excited to see how it feels after that. I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to make the kids some dinner. I got things to do. See you guys later. Drive fast, take chances.